So guys, Bungie has just announced a brand new marathon closed technical test, and in today's video we're going to be going over everything that you need to know about it, from how you can sign up to when the test actually goes live, what regions are included, and what content will be included in the test, including new maps, runners, and some very much wanted changes to Marathon itself. So with all that said, let's jump in here with the article. First off, stating that they are now opening applications for more players to join us for a closed technical test starting from October 22nd to October 28th. This is a limited invite-only playtest for players in both North America and Europe on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. As with recent closed beta tests, this is also under NDA. In order to gain access to this closed alpha test, you'll need to fill out a form between now and October 16th at 4 PM PT to submit your application. If you previously applied for the public alpha from April, the form may automatically submit and no further action will be needed if this happens. For players on PC, they'll also be enabling applications via Steam on October 13th at 10 AM PT, and they'll remain open until October 26th at 4 PM PT. This is an important checkpoint for us as we test our improvements since alpha, which includes 3 maps, 5 runner shells total, Prox chat, retuned combat pacing, solo queue, deeper environmental storytelling, and more. That said, the technical test build is a work in progress and will only include a portion of what's planned for Marathon's full release, focused on the early player experience. We'll be showing a public update on Marathon's development in the coming months after the closed technical test. So, huge stuff there. Obviously, you'll be able to play it on any and all consoles and PC, which is amazing, but then also 3 maps, which I believe is one extra one compared to the past test that we were able to play. Alongside that, 5 runners, so that's an additional 2, I believe, on top of the 3 that were playable in the first test, and then some huge additions in the form of proximity chat, which was a huge thing that people wanted, as well as solo queue, which was one of the things that I most wanted in the game as a solo player. Having to be forced into groups wasn't really all that great, and if you were going in solo, because you did have that option, you would still matchmake into grouped lobbies, which just put you at a massive disadvantage. So seeing that those 2 things are added is great. Retuned combat pacing, it's going to be very interesting because I don't think the combat pacing was all too bad, really, from what I remember. Could be completely wrong there, but alongside that, you also have deeper environmental storytelling, which is interesting because before there wasn't really much environmental storytelling going on really ever. So seeing that that's been pushed deeper might mean that the environments themselves just are more interesting to look at, which I definitely hope is the case, because during the closed alpha that we played before, it was all pretty much the same visually looking for the different main areas that you were able to explore on the 2 main maps. That said, all the stuff looks promising, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, for closed technical test FAQs, how long will the closed test run for? The closed technical test will run from October 22nd at 10 AM PT to October 28th at 10 AM PT. Participation in previous tests does not guarantee participation in this test or future tests. How do I know if I've been invited? You'll receive an email from Bungie officially, and closed technical test invites will be sent in waves throughout the test period. So if you don't get an invite immediately, don't worry, because you might get one a couple days later or maybe a couple weeks later, depending on how long this test runs for. I don't believe it's that long, so probably a couple days after, more likely. If I've played in the alpha or any other NDA playtests, am I automatically invited to the closed technical test? No, you will need to apply again and be invited to the closed technical test to participate. Am I allowed to stream, record, or share my playtest experience? This test is under strict NDA, and as such, you will not be able to stream or share your playtest experience publicly. Any feedback or recordings will need to be shared only in the NDA section of the Marathon official Discord. Now, that said, just because it's under an NDA doesn't mean that people aren't going to still break it, so I'm guessing that there is still going to be some people who end up breaking it, and probably Bungie will end up doing something to them, either suing them or just whatever. So if you get into it, don't share the stuff because it's under NDA, but people will do what they're going to do anyway, so who knows what will happen. Next, can I share my invite with someone else, be it a friend or member of my family? Your invite is specific to you, the Bungie.net account you signed up with, and the Discord account you provided during the sign-up process. You will not be able to share it. How do I gain access to the NDA Discord? join the official Discord server, which can join there via the link, and they will add the Discord account name you provide during sign up to the NDA'd section. Access to the NDA'd Discord channels can take up to 24 hours to update, so keep that in mind. For those joining after the test has begun, we'll be conducting role grants daily in the evenings for the duration of the test. For Steam users, you'll need to take the survey you receive in-game to provide your Discord and Bungie.net account names. How do I report bugs or provide feedback? For bug reporting, you'll need a Bungie.net account to access the Marathon Help Center forum. For feedback, we'll be sending out surveys to your email. Additionally, you can provide feedback in our NDA section in Discord, and access for both the forums and Discord can take up to 24 hours to update. What regions are allowed in, both North America and Europe, and what are the minimum system requirements. For console, it's PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S, and for PC, it's a processor of an Intel Core i5 6600. For GPU, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 1050 Ti, and RAM is 8GB of RAM. And you can also learn more there from Marathon the Game, which doesn't really have anything other than you just searching for error codes and stuff like that. And that is pretty much everything that we get from this article. Now, obviously, there have been more closed NDA alpha tests that people have been currently playing on, and from some of the stuff that I've heard about, Marathon is looking to be pretty decent in terms of the changes that people are suggesting. Now, we do not know what types of people have been invited to these tests. These might have been people that liked Marathon in the current state that it was in during the alpha that wasn't NDA'd. They might be people that hated Marathon initially, but like it now with the updates. We really do not know more, and with this test also being under an NDA, many people are still not going to know what Marathon is all about or what has really changed. Now, they did state that they're going to be sharing publicly an update in the next couple of months. I believe there was something said around maybe November time that they might be releasing something to the public, so expect some more concrete Marathon news around that time. That would also lead to then many people speculating the release date for Marathon being sometime early next year, which I believe is the running theory for right now anyway. Still completely unknown if that is true or not. I guess that depends on how well these closed technical tests go and what the overall plan is there for Bungie, and if they want to do a more open beta for the game as well, because that would obviously need to take up some time there. Honestly, very excited to see how Marathon has changed over the couple of months since I haven't played it. Hopefully I gain access to this test. If I don't, I'll just have to wait and see what other updates Bungie officially announces about this game, and fingers crossed we get an open beta or something so that we can all jump in before the game officially launches, because I do believe that this game is not going to be a free-to-play title, so people will need to spend money in order to gain access to it. With that said though, that is everything for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I would very much appreciate it. And with that all said, I'll see you all in the next one.